Hi folks, Steve the Hurricane here. It's Sunday night, which means it's time for another exciting episode of A Drink with the Hurricane. Cheers. Alright, now for today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, we're going to talk about the juicy cases, right? The cases that everybody wants, alright? If you own a hospice or a private duty company, especially a private duty company, you don't want somebody who's calling you who wants a shower for an hour, or somebody who wants a companion to come out one day a week for 4 hours to do some housekeeping and grocery shopping or whatever. Although we take those cases because we want to take everything and help people, but that's not why we're in business, right? We're in business because we want the stroke patients. We want the orthopedic hip replacements. We want the pneumonia patients or the Alzheimer's clients or so on and so forth. All those people, all those conditions who are going to need help every single day for pretty much all of their waking hours, maybe even overnights. Those are the quote-unquote juicy cases that people are after, all right? How do you close those cases, though? Because I have a number of people that tell me that, you know, I get an opportunity to get those kind of cases, but then they meet with me and 3 other companies, and they end up choosing somebody else, or it's all about price, it's all about price. It's not all about price, folks, okay? And the reason why I'm whispering that is because it's actually, you know what, it's not a secret. It's not about price, folks, okay? It's about quality of care, and it's about how you sell or explain your services. This is what I call the art of closing, all right? First off, to close these kind of cases, you're not going to do it on the telephone. So just get that out of your mind, all right? Throw it aside, and I'm sure people watching are like, I've closed cases like this on the phone. And yes, that happens every once in a while, okay? That's the exception to the rule. But for the majority, somebody who's sold hundreds and thousands of these kinds of cases, you got to meet with the people, okay? So if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a strategy, if your strategy is to hold up your brochure and walk them through the brochure, you are not going to sign that client up compared to the person who actually has a process. Now, I like to use a sales presentation binder. You can use an iPad or a tablet, but there has to be some flow. There has to be some system as to how you're explaining your services. Because even though they called you, even though they need the services, they still view you as a salesperson. So if you come in there and you just jump right into our spiel and everything else and sign here, whatever, they're probably going to say, I need to think about it, I'm not sure, this is a lot of money, blah, 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 whatever, right? So instead, I like to call it verbal judo, right? You disarm the other person, but you disarm them verbally. What I like to do is I like to come in and instead of me talking, I like to open up and let them talk to me. Very simple way to do it is, how can I help you? What's your situation? What happened to your mother? You know, what can I do to help you in your situation? And get information from them for about 10, 15 minutes. Even schmooze, right? When you see somebody who just had a stroke, if you're meeting the patient directly, do you think they're in a good mood? Probably not. They've just been to hell and back between hospital, rehab, and so on, and they're probably in a miserable, crummy mindset. So break the ice a little bit, warm them up, talk about sports, talk about, you know, the weather or their kids or their grandkids or something. Make them smile, folks, all right? If you can bring somebody 5 minutes of happiness, why not? Isn't that worth it? Now that's just a little slither of what I call the art of closing, which is an actual webinar that I have recorded on the Team Hurricane archive file there. If you're a member of Team Hurricane, I strongly suggest you view that. And if you're not a member, then I suggest you sign up, become a member, get all the benefits of membership, including a Q&A form where you can ask me directly any question about sales and marketing or operations for your organization, and I'll answer within a couple of days. Also, with our monthly webinars, the webinar style is basically as if I'm coaching you and your team publicly on these webinars. You ask me questions, you interact with me, and I'm going to talk about your specific situation with you on the call with everybody. It's amazing, it's very, very cost effective, and it's going to give you everything you need to blow away the competition.